Okay, so now we have a tic-tac-toe game that we're starting to interact with, we're starting to write some code for, but and we can tell whose turn it is, but we don't have any way for a user to move. So let's go ahead and fix that now. In order to fix that, we're going to use a new event. You know, the last event we looked at was onLoad, which just runs when the page is loaded. But we're going to create another event, and we're going to use the onClick handler here. So onClick. We'll go ahead and call next move, and we'll pass in this. So when we pass in this to next move, what happens is it's taking this tag, the one that we're dealing with right now, and it's going to give that as a parameter to the function so that we can start interacting with that. So I'm going to take away the X because we want to have a blank board so that the players can actually move on the board. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste these in. There we go. And then I'm going to copy this new row. And I'm going to use my Control-C and my Control-V, or my Command-C and Command-V if I'm on Mac, which I am. And I'm going to go ahead and paste that over. So now I have a board that's empty, and it's just waiting for this function, this next move function. Let's go ahead and write that function. So I'm going to create a function called next move. And we're going to say that the parameter, or the variable we're dealing with for this function is called square. And next move is just simply going to set square.innerText equal to document.turn. And if we save this, so we can go to File Save, or we can just hit Command S. If you're on Windows, you can probably save by hitting Control S. We go back over to the tic-tac-toe game, and we hit the refresh button, and we click on one of these squares. Now we're going to start getting X's here, but there's an obvious problem. X shouldn't get to move every time because now X has the whole board, and it's almost like bingo instead of tic-tac-toe. So we're going to write another function. We'll call that function switch turn. And switch turn is going to change the current user's turn. So the switch turn function, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to throw something new out there. This is the if statement. So we're going to say if document.turn is equal to X, and we're going to make document.turn equal to O. Otherwise, so we're going to use an else, document.turn is equal to X. So if the turn is X, make it O. If it's not X, make it X. So this way we can switch back and forth. And if we come back into our tic-tac-toe game and hit the refresh button, we hit X, we hit X, we hit X. Oh, it's not actually doing anything because we didn't connect these two. So let's go over here, and after we call next move, there's nothing here calling switch turn. Switch turn is a function and it's defined, but nobody's actually calling into it. So that's not really great. So let's go ahead and type in switch turn, and this will call that function every time. So let's go ahead and reload and hit X, and then O, and then X, and then O, and then X. So now we can actually build a game. That's pretty good, but we got a problem here. This just always says X gets to start, and it would be really nice if after we moved we got a new message. So let's go ahead and set message again, and we'll say it's document.turn turn. And now if we come over, we refresh the page, we should get X, O, X, and you see here it's telling me whose turn it is. So now I know it's X's turn. X is going to go here. That's very good. But you'll notice something here. Now we've got the ability to switch the turn back and forth, but I can actually click on the same user's move over and over again. I can, let's say I can just, here, we'll make that an O, and now O can win even though X moved there. So that doesn't seem very fair. In the next lesson, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it so that a user can't move into a square where another user has already moved.